I used to speak to, my cousin all the time, and growing up, uh, I grew up in Fort Greene Farragut projects in Brooklyn, New York, infamous for the development and the production of its rappers. You're talking about Mary J. Blige. You're talking about Eric B. and Rakim, uh, Biggie. Um, they came from these areas, but my cousin, you always used to say, you know what, you would have made an excellent drug dealer, but he didn't want me to go down that path because he understood what came along with that, and as a older cousin, he wanted more for me. Uh, and I said, why is it that you feel as though I would have made an excellent drug dealer? Uh, and he said, simply put, because you're able to discern and to size people up. Now, this is when I was 16, 17 years. Like I told you, I was in leadership positions before I was even able or qualified to become a member of the military. Uh, through the NAACP, uh, local organizations, and be in leadership positions, since I was 14, 15, 16 years old. Uh, and that helped me to get into the corporate environment and the other positions that I had later on in life. But I wanted to talk about the difference between a real man and a yes man, because it seems as though people don't understand the difference between these two. And words have meaning. What does it mean to reverence a man? Words have meaning. So we're going to discuss those because, I just recently had a very frightening conversation with someone who didn't understand the difference between the two. Uh, and it's very sad because, you come across these people all the time, and these people are rampant in society because the average person can, simply put, they cannot think for themselves. So, I just going back previously, my cousin said, you be an excellent drug dealer because, drug dealing is not about force, physical force. Even sometimes, you can have physical force, and then, you bring the hammer. You bring the guns, you start slinging the guns. Uh, but it's about coercion. It's about being able to size people up. It's about being able to discern uh, uh, what kind of individual that you're dealing with. It's about being able to influence people. It's about all of these individual aspects because force is not necessarily required in most situations. Because if drug dealers are killing everybody all the time, then no business is getting done. You have to be able to persuade. You have to be able to influence. You have to be able to do these things in order to get that transaction done in a hostile environment. And again, in a hostile environment, the whole idea in the drug game is that if everybody's pulling out guns every second in in every transaction, then no business is getting done. The whole point is to get paid, right? But you understand that there's an element of danger there. So you have to be able to discern these things. So going back to, real men versus yes men. Uh, Real men are men that are able to stand on their own 2 feet, that to stand amongst other men, to be able to produce, to be able to create, to implement, to provide, to coordinate. See, these are words that are associated with real men. To be able to innovate, implement, lead. Um, these are words that are associated with what it means to be a real man. But let's look up what a yes man is. And because people don't understand the difference between a yes man and someone that reverences someone. Okay, so we're going to look into that because, I can immediately tell this person didn't understand the difference between the two. But when they think that they were reverencing a man, they were really a yes man. And you see these people all the time that clip they've been neutered. They can't think for themselves. So let's get into what a yes man is. A yes man is someone that is a weak person who always agrees with their political leader or their superior at work. A yes man, a person who agrees with everything that is said, especially one who endorses or supports without criticism every opinion or proposal of an associate or superior. Okay? A yes man can be defined as someone who is consistently agreeing to plans, favors, or tasks without checking in on their own needs first. What's a yes man? Especially a man who agrees with anything that someone says, a person who supports the opinions and the ideas of someone else in order to earn that person's approval. This is by definition what a yes man is. So when you see somebody doing this, when they fit into this criteria, you know that they're a yes man. These people are they're clipped. They're not neutered. They're not real men. They're yes men. They can't think for themselves. They can't act for themselves. They can't do anything. Now, this is the problem that what we're having in society today on every level, and you see it. You see it on every level. I've been in situations where whether it's political organizations or especially jobs, you see yes men at jobs. Anywhere where there's a good hierarchical structure at a job, you see the yes man. Okay, so what is the difference between a yes man and showing someone else reverence? What does that mean? And what is the difference between the two? Okay, so to show reverence towards someone means that you have a deep respect for someone or something. You regard to treat someone with deep respect. What does it mean to reverence someone? The reverence is the feeling of deep respect or awe, like what you would have for a president or a hero or a favorite football player. Reverence can be a feeling of awe, and it can also describe how you treat someone, particularly when used with words, with the word that to treat someone with reverences is to show them intense respect. Now, we should honor and respect all men. But because someone may have an accomplishment in their life or whatever, you show a kind of deep reverence and awe for them. And there's nothing wrong with that whatsoever. There are men that I have not met personally, or men that I have met personally, that I have reverence for them. I have a deep respect for them because I understand the nature of going out and making something of yourself, doing something for yourself, producing and creating something for yourself, implementing something for yourself or for others. So therefore, real men could look at other men and say, you know what, based on what this man has done in his life and he's accomplished things or whatever, I have reverence for that man and I show reverence for that man. But then you have other people haven't done anything, haven't produced anything, haven't created anything. Hey man, you don't get no respect. Hey man, this is why you just leave people alone, because at the same time, if you can't respect someone, if you can't, because there's people out there, they're pariahs, they're narcissists, they're psychopaths, and these kind of people you need to avoid. I've met people in my life that fit that very definition, 10, 20 years older than me, and ain't nothing but a piece of garbage and a piece of shit. A bunch of psychopathic, narcissist, megalomaniacs who do nothing but leech off of people. I've met people like this. No, you get no respect and no reverence whatsoever from me. But you know what you do? At the same time, You must respect the fact that, they may be a hoary-headed man. Distance yourself from them. You ain't got to see. You have that right. You have that ability to say, you know what? I don't want to be associated with this person. And you just go on about it and you walk on about your way. You ain't got to get up in their face and yada, 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 and you ain't shit, this, that, that, that. Just walk away. And this is why I would recommend that for anybody. Anybody, whether young or old or whatever, because see, you're not gonna convince one of these people that they're foul and they're dirty, and they got mental problems. You're not gonna be able to convince these people of that. But what you can do is not be a victim of them. Don't put yourself in a situation where you're going to be victimized from a person that just feel as though have a right, just because they have title or position, to perpetuate evil and violence on you. You got to be a real sick mother. But you got these people that running around society today that feels as though simply because that they exist, they have a right to mistreat you. They have a right to dishonor you. They have a right to disrespect you. They have a right to use you and abuse you and kill you even. Yeah. You have to understand that words have meaning. And if people haven't been taught the difference between words and they don't understand, they're confusing having reverence with being a yes man. They don't understand the difference between the two. They don't get it. They think reverencing a man is being a yes man. They think being a yes man is reverencing a man when it's two totally different things. But a real man, they understand the difference between the two. And those men that are supposed to be reverenced, they reverence men, and overall, they honor. But a real man will never be a yes man.